Hi everyone, Monisha here. In my previous video, that is part 1 of metals and nonmetals, I had explained about the basic concepts of metals and nonmetals, about the physical chemical properties of it. In this video, I'll be explaining the main topics such as reaction of metals with oxygen and reaction of metals with dilute acid and reactivity series. Since this time they have deleted so many topics, metals react with water is not there and so many other topics are deleted. I have included in this only those syllabus which are retained. Let us move on to the session. So before moving into the reaction, let us have a quick recap on metals. You can see the periodic table here. The periodic table consists of metals and nonmetals, everything merged into one. It has been classified into different types of metals. Group 1, you can see the alkali metals. They react vigorously with water, hydrogen bubbles off, leaving solutions of their hydroxides, which are alkalis. pH is more than 7. So group 2, you can see the blue color, the alkaline earth metals. They are similar to alkali metals but are not as reactive. They also form alkaline oxides. The group 3, the no name, that is the non-metals, no name metals. They have 3 electrons in their outer shell. Those are the non-metals. Most show increasing reactivity, as you know, go down except for boron, which is a metalloid. Boron is a metalloid. Boron is generally unreactive. Next is transition elements. They are much less reactive and do not react with water or oxygen. They also show no clear trends in reactivity, unlike groups first, second and third. Most can form ions with variable charges, Fe3 plus and Fe2 plus. So this is a brief description about the periodic table and the metals. Let us have a quick recap on physical and chemical properties of metals. So physical properties, they are strong, they are malleable, they are ductile, they are sonorous, that is make a ringing noise when you strike them. They are good conductors of electricity and heat. They have high melting and boiling point and they have high density. So these are the important physical properties of metals. Next is chemical properties. They react with oxygen to form oxides. Metals oxides are bases. They are basic in nature. Metals form positive ions when they react. For the metals in group first, second and third, the charge on the ion is same as the group number, but the transition elements have variable valency. So these are the important chemical properties. This is a quick recap on metal review and the properties of metals. Let us move on to the important topic of this session, that is reaction of metals with oxygen. The reaction with metals, a metal oxide and oxygen can also be used to compare the reactivity of metals. In other words, when metals compete with each other and with oxygen to form a compound, what will happen? A metal will reduce the oxide of a less reactive metal. Powdered iron is heated with copper oxide. Can the iron grab the oxygen from the copper oxide? So this is the reaction which takes place when metals react with oxygen, that is a metal oxide. Fe, iron plus copper oxide, that is CuO, gives FeO, that is ferrous oxide plus Cu, copper. So here, this reaction gives out heat and starts to glow. Iron removes the oxygen from the oxide of the metal below it. It is more reactive metal than copper in the reactivity series. You might have understand what happened. In the reactivity series, Fe, iron comes first and copper next. That is, iron is more reactive compared to copper. So iron grabs the oxygen from the copper oxide. So this is the way reaction of metals takes place with oxygen according to the reactivity series. Reaction of metals with oxygen. I will tell you what happens with each and every metal when it reacts with oxygen. Magnesium, reaction is very fast. Magnesium oxide is formed, white color product. Aluminium, very fast, vigorously. Aluminium oxide, which is also white in color. Zinc, fast, zinc oxide, yellow when hot and white when cool. Iron, fast, iron oxide is formed, which is dark brown in color. Lead, moderately fast, lead oxide, which is black in color. Tin, Slow reaction, tin oxide, which is black in color, is formed as a product. Copper, very slow, that is copper oxide, again black in color. So this is a reaction of metals with oxygen. So just by understanding the product, you can understand which metal has been used here. Next is reaction with dilute acid. Some metals react chemically with dilute hydrochloric acid. Metals plus dilute acid gives salt plus hydrogen. Here salt is a metal chloride is formed and hydrogen gas is liberated. Hydrogen chloride, because here the acid used is hydrochloric acid, so usually the salt will be in chloride form. So you have given three unknown metals X, Y, Z, and each is added to a test tube filled with 1/3 dilute hydrochloric acid. What do you observe? This is the question, and this type of question is very important in exams because usually they gave for 3 marks. So first, arrange the reactivity of the metal starting with the most reactive, that is a potassium, with reference to your observation. Using the following table, the table will be given in the next slide. Predict a suitable identity of metals X, Y, and Z. So according to the reactivity series of the metals, we have to identify the 3 metals inside test tube 1, 2, and 3, which is filled with dilute hydrochloric acid. So this is the reaction of metals with dilute hydrochloric acid. Reactivity of metals increase up in the series. The first is high reactive is potassium and sodium. So when hydrochloric acid is added, explosive reaction is formed and should not be carried out in a school lab. Next, calcium reacts violently to give hydrogen and calcium chloride. Next, magnesium reacts rapidly to give hydrogen and magnesium chloride. Next, zinc reacts moderately fast to give hydrogen and zinc chloride. Next, iron reacts very slowly to give hydrogen and iron chloride, and only if acid is concentrated, only with concentrated hydrochloric acid, the reaction happens. Next, last is a very less reactive, that is lead, copper, and silver. No reaction occurs. So according to this reactivity series, we can understand which metal are there inside the test tube. So since we have arranged all the metals in 3 test tubes with the 1/3 of hydrochloric acid. So how do you know the gas produced is hydrogen? So when a matchstick with a flame is taken near to that, a light splint above it. So by this experiment, we can understand in test tube 1, magnesium was there, in test tube 2, copper, and test tube 3, iron, according to the reactivity series. Summary of observations of the reactivity of the metals from experimental observations. First, potassium, sodium, and calcium, highly reactive metals. It reacts with cold water, explosive reaction, and violent reaction. Next, fairly reactive, that is mediumly reactive metals, magnesium, zinc, and iron. It reacts with steam and not with water, it reacts with steam, moderately fast reaction, and sometimes iron and zinc will be slow reaction. Next, unreactive metals, lead, copper, and silver, no reaction with either water or steam. So, no reaction. Hydrogen gas is produced in all 3 reactions. Displacement of hydrogen is redox reaction. Reactive metals tend to react with non-metals to form compounds. Unreactive metals have greater tendency to remain uncombined. So this table you have to keep it in mind in order to understand which elements are there in which test tube, and in order to conduct the experiment also we have to know the reactivity series and the table. That is the reaction of metals with oxygen, the reaction of metals with water, and the reaction of metals with acid. So potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, when it is react with oxygen, it bursts into flames and oxides and forms very vigorously. So next, potassium and sodium, when reacts with water, it produces hydrogen with cold water, and when potassium and sodium reacts with acid, it's violent reaction. Next, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, when it is reacted with water, it produces hydrogen with steam, and when it is reacted with acid, the rate of reaction decreases down the table. Iron, when heated with oxygen, glows and oxides form. Lead and copper, when reacted with oxygen, oxides forms without glowing and bursting into flames. And with water, no reaction, and with acid, very slow reaction. Silver and gold, with oxygen, no reaction, with water also no reaction, and with acid also no reaction. So almost it will be in its natural form itself because it will not react with any of the compounds. So for all these experiments, one of the important thing is the reactivity series. We have to keep it in mind which element has more reactive and which element is less reactive. But in order to memorize all these things, we have to memorize a sentence first. And the bold letter or the first letter of each word is memorized so that the element will be taken into place. The sentence is, please send cats, monkeys and colored zebras in large hide cages. Make sure guarded properly. So in this sentence, you can see the first letter P, S, C, M, A, C, Z and so on. So the P stands for potassium, S for sodium, C for calcium, M for magnesium and so on. The last properly in that the first letter P for platinum. So if you memorize this sentence, you can understand the reactivity series even more clearly and easily. So the sentence is, please send cats, monkeys and colored zebras, because the C mentioned to be carbon. It is not in the reactivity series, it's just for our reference. Colored zebras in large hide cages. Make sure guarded properly. So a reactive element has a strong drive to become a compound so that its atoms gain stable outer shell. So the metal reacts readily with the elements and compounds. The elements that are bolded are the ones that you will have to place in order of the reactivity by reference to the reaction with water, steam and dilute hydrochloric acid. So metals above the blue line are high reactive. Carbon can't reduce their oxides. Okay, carbon can't reduce these oxides. Next is the three, zinc, iron and lead. Metals above the red line, they displace hydrogen from acid. Next, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. Non-metals, carbon and hydrogen are included here to reference only. So these last are least reactive metals. So summarization of the reactivity series. The reactivity series is a list of metals in order of their drive to form positive ions. Therefore, a stable outer shell. The more easily its atoms give up electrons, the more reactive the metal is. A metal will react with the compound of less reactive metal, an oxide and aqueous salt, by pushing the less reactive metal out of the compound and taking its place. The more reactive metal, the more stable its compounds are. They do not break down. The more reactive the metal, the more difficult it is to extract from its ores because they are stable. For the most reactive metals, you need tough method of extraction named electrolysis. The less reactive the metal, the less it likes to form compounds. This is why copper, silver and gold are found as elements and not potassium, sodium and calcium. These elements are always found as compounds. So these points, the 5 points are very important. By this we can know the reactivity series much better. So this true or false activity is for your reference. You have to answer me in the comment section. All metals react quickly with oxygen. True or false? You have to answer me. Copper reacts more quickly with oxygen than iron. When a metal reacts with oxygen, the product is an oxide. When magnesium reacts with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. When iron reacts with oxygen, it forms iron hydroxide. When copper reacts with oxygen, its mass increases. So this activity is for you. Please comment me the answers in the comment section. So this is up for you today. Signing off, Monisha Pulikatra. If you have any doubts or suggestions or comments, please comment me on the comment section below. In this video, I have explained about only the reaction of metals with the oxygen and also with acid and the reactivity series, which is very important for your exam. Thank you and thanks for watching.